Hi, today we're gonna take a look at the market conditions in the trucking industry. We're gonna summarize January 2023. Let's take a look at the diesel prices first. As you can see, the diesel prices remain still very high. At the beginning of the month, the average diesel price per gallon in the US was $4.58, and at the end of the month, the price was $4.62 per gallon, which gives us 4 cents increase in price. Average load to truck ratio on chosen markets. This is for a van trailer. You can see load to truck ratio change throughout the month. It's calculated average from a whole week, take an average load to truck ratio from a whole week. And you can see the change per market. Most of the markets followed the same similar trend. The load to truck ratios were decreasing. However, Jacksonville market is actually the opposite. Most of the bigger part of the month, Jacksonville market was actually growing. How about the Reefer? Reefer, similar situation. Also, the load to truck ratios decreasing, and Jacksonville load to truck ratio was increasing. Outbound tender volume index. Outbound tender volume index. This is made by FreightWaves Sonar. As you can see, outbound tender volume index. You can compare it to different years values. As you can see on the right side, the white line is our value, current value. The green line is the value 2020, 2021. Purple one is 2021, 2022. At the same period, see, November to January, end of January, around the end of January. This is the period. And yeah, we are in a better spot than 2019 to 2020. We are at better spot than pre-COVID, but we are in the worst spot than COVID, basically, in terms of outbound tender volume index. National Truckload Index. This index is basically 7-day moving average of the rate per mile, average rate per mile, basically. Currently, we are at 182, and again, the National Truckload Index is higher than the pre-COVID value, but is lower than the COVID values. Again, the same situation as well here, 182, but it's decreasing. We'll see. Maybe the trend will change in the upcoming months. Outbound Tender Reject Index. This index is basically indicating our negotiating power as a carriers on the market. The lower the value, it means that the carriers are less likely to reject certain offer, and the higher the value, it means that the more carriers are rejecting offers from brokers. So, and then the rates they are given, which means that there is higher negotiating power for the carriers. And as you can see, the difference in this index is huge between the last 2 years and our current situation. Right now we are at 378, and in 2021, around January, February, it was around 20. 2022, it was the same, around 20. So the difference is huge here. Unfortunately, here we do not have data from pre-COVID to compare. And spot to contract rate spread. Here, this graph shows us the difference between contract rate and spot rate on the same lane on average. Right now we are at minus 0.6, so minus 60 cents. So basically contract rate on the same lane on average pays 60 cents more than spot rate. Spot rate, I'm sorry. Spot rate, yes. Spot rate pays 60 cents less. All right, let's take a look at the demand and capacity for a van right now. All right, as you can see on the screen, the highest demand for a van in January was in Wyoming, Minnesota, and Vermont. Those three states are the only ones which had over 5.5 load to truck ratio on average in January. The lowest demand for van was in Oregon and Washington, around between 0 and 1 load to truck ratio. It's very low. Basically, it's very low, between 0 to 1. Okay, right now let's take a look at the rates for a van in January. As you can see, there is no surprise. The highest rates for a van in January were in the Midwest, $2.70, and the lowest in the western side of the United States, $2.21. Let's take a look at the Reefer demand and capacity. As you can see, load to truck ratios, the highest load to truck ratios were in North Dakota, Vermont, Maine, and Delaware. I will show you once again: North Dakota, Maine, Vermont, and Delaware. And the lowest, again, Washington, Oregon, and Connecticut, and Rhode Island as well. So yeah, the highest ones are over 12 plus, basically, load to truck ratios: North Dakota, Vermont, Delaware, and Maine. And let's take a look at the rates. As you can see, again, no surprise, the highest rates for a reefer in January were in the Midwest, $3.29 on average, and the lowest in the southeastern part of the United States, $2.42. Alright, so that's it. Thank you very much for watching and see you guys soon. Bye bye.